fuck up. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're live. Oh my god! It only took us 4 weeks to be live again. Why'd you delay us so much? It's all your fault. Nobody else's.
Tuesday nights were my shit nights.
Tuesday nights were my shit nights. I mean, those are pretty good nights to have. You know what? I will share this later because we have an intro to do.
Yeah, we do.
Howdy, everybody. Ha! Get fucked. Welcome to the Yamcast. I almost called it the LAN Show again.
The LAN cast.
The Lamcast. My name is Mark, artist and a 3D printing geek. 3D printing nerd is taken.
Howdy.
Who the fuck are you?
Me.
Meep.
My name's Yanni. I'm a computer technician. Enjoy 3D printing, working on small engine stuff. And I like electronics and technology.
He's lying. He's just some guy I found on the street.
Some guy on the street.
Today, we're kind of just catching up on what we missed. We went on vacation for a week. We joked about doing it at the beach, doing the show at the beach, and then we were like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna enjoy our vacation. And so now we're here. Today,
iPhone 17. Apple's winning. They're winning.
And then we're also talking about the H2D and Dbrand expanding their horizons and being available for sale at Best Buy. Since Mr. Happy wants to talk, you gonna talk or you want me to talk and you want to do your thing and then you can just chime in?
Am I going to talk?
I don't care.
I still have a topic to fill out here, but I am going to say one thing. Should I just start off on the hot topic of the base model?
I mean, if you want, I wrote this in a way to build up to that.
Then I will let you lead.
Okay. Today, Apple had their annual iPhone event and they revealed some new goodies. Starting with the AirPods Pro 3. The new AirPods Pro 3 were announced. They have new ear tips. They have like this foam cushion. Hold on. Wait, I actually got prepared for this one. Kind of. Not really. Damn it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Hold on. I was trying to be... Something's taking off. Hold on. I can do this. I promise I'm slightly prepared. All right. There we go. Look at that. We got visuals now. Ain't that cool?
Nice.
The AirPods Pro 3 were... Where did my mouse go? Were announced today by Apple. I can just arrow down. Cool. I do this and then I don't actually know what I'm about to say to people. So this is cool. Let's just go back here. How about that? We'll just assume that's good. Where did the dock go? All right. Anyways, I'm a professional. The AirPods Pro 3 announced by Apple. They announced that they have new ear tips that are supposed to improve noise cancellation. The ear tips actually have a little bit of foam inside of them, so instead of it being all rubber, there is a little bit of foam. There are new. The ear tips are also a little off-centered. Let me see if I can pull up a good picture of that. I'm pretty sure I saw one earlier on this page when I was writing my notes. Fit and feel. Yep. So they're a little off-center compared to what they used to be because they usually go out here and then point this way, but now they are to the side to fit more like some other earbuds that are on the market. Have this similar design here. There's also a heart rate sensor. They came out with this on the Beats. What do you have?
The Powerbeats Pro 2.
On the Powerbeats Pro 2, they came out with the heart rate sensor previously this year, just to, I guess, to test it out. And then they rolled it out to their AirPods Pro 3 now. The dust, sweat, and water resistance. AirPods Pro is the first AirPods to be IP57 certified, which I did not write down. Handle the sweatiest workouts, even a sudden downpour. Downpour of sweat. Still got the same touch controls. One thing I didn't note, mostly because I didn't see any special notes on their page about this. If I can do this and make it hopefully show properly. This is a new microphone to pick up your voice better and to also help cancel out the surrounding noises better. Charging case is just the charging case. It has ultra wideband technology, so you can find them better. Let's leave it right here, and then I will continue to read. Oh, that was actually everything. Sorry about that. The AirPods Pro start at $249. And I will be getting them. No questions asked. I love my AirPods too. They are dying. I've been telling everybody that I've been waiting patiently for this. They are on pre-order today. They'll be available, what was it, the 19th. On to Apple Watch. This is something I didn't necessarily care for. Let's just leave it right here because there's, in my opinion, not much special going on here. The Apple Watch SE3, the Apple Watch 11, and the Apple Watch Ultra 3 were all announced today as well. Not much crazy is going on. It's just an Apple Watch refresh, really. The 11's slimmer. The Ultra model has a multi-day battery life. And an always-on display is coming to the Apple Watch SE, which is already on the 11 and the Ultra. There wasn't anything else crazy. There was better GPS functionality in the Ultra. There was like some weird coding thing going on with the screen. It's an Apple Watch. Apple Watches have stopped amazing me. They were cool. They stopped being cool. Upgrades every year around the Apple Watch 6, to be honest. Everything after the 6 has just been the same. No extra interesting things. If that's a hot take, shoot me, I don't care. The SE starts at $249 as well. The normal 11 starts at $399. The Ultra starts at $799. And the 11 has two sizes. I believe it's $350 for the 11 48 millimeter or something like that. Now, on to what everybody actually cares about, the iPhones. There is a lot to talk about the new iPhones this year. First of all, everyone's getting the Pro Orange. That color, if that color is not sold out, I'm suing. I don't know who I'm suing, but I'm suing somebody. We will talk about the iPhones going from least to most impressive. Although, while writing this, Yanni and I agreed that they are all pretty impressive. They all have their own little notes. This is the first, we haven't seen anybody else's coverage, if there has been any other coverage yet. But we both agree this is probably the first, knock it out of the park year Apple has had with their phones in a long time.
And forever. Since, honestly,
don't say the iPhone 5.
I was gonna, so I'll tell you exactly what I was thinking.
Hold on, let me take this away real quick.
Since before the 10 is what I was going to say.
Okay.
I think the iPhone 8 was an excellent win. Even
the 8?
Even they do, considering the SE.
Oh, it's based off of it.
The SE's body was held over for so long.
Right. Is there a new SE that doesn't have the button anymore?
The E. The 16E.
Oh.
Yeah. They had the, because you think about it, there was the 5S went 64-bit, and then they had the 6, and with the 6 we had Bendgate, And then the 7, we had modem issues. No, audio and mic issues.
Yes.
And then the 8 was awesome.
Was just perfect.
There were no
Although
problems.
it lost the headphone jack.
It did lose the headphone
That
jack.
was the
And it
problem.
had one issue of the Taptic engine coming loose. But
Oh,
if you
yeah.
ever got it serviced, they would just tighten the screws down if they were cool.
Yeah.
And then there was the 10. And I'll give them this. Face ID rocks. I prefer Touch ID. And not the in-screen stuff, like
Actual
a
Touch
dedicated
ID.
sensor, because the dedicated sensors from the Pixel, and they had it in the back, the Pixel and the Nexus when they had them in the back, that was phenomenal, one of the best locations. And even Samsung having the thinnest, I think, sensor around on the side, and it being so accurate and lightning fast. I prefer that a little better than having to give my screen attention to unlock it. But aside from that, I wouldn't leave Face ID up to the phone. I'll leave Face ID up to the technology itself. They did a great job of Face ID. In terms of phones, 10 came around, had cool curvy thing, did away with the home button. 11 was probably one of the
Stronger contenders.
yeah, but again, there was nothing impressive. 12, 13, I think they added the 120 hertz.
Yeah. 14
And
was pretty alright.
realistically, that was just kind of like
It was
meh.
just an in-between.
14 was
15
probably one of the most solid ones.
15 had the overheating problems because of titanium.
Yep. And then 16, they resolved that, and I think it was still by dialing back performance a bit.
Yeah.
But
But now
they took steps back in the right areas, but kept moving forward.
with the iPhone 17 Pro, baby.
Pro Mega Max.
Hold on, I want to click on this page. Oh my
Oh.
God, look at that. Ain't that orange just beautiful?
I appreciate the font. That's very not Apple-like.
If it comes to be like you said, and it's actually just a shit brown, I'm going to be so upset.
If
if it's not that orange, I'm going to be so upset.
Because the original leaks going around, it seemed like it was more of a bronze. And I liked the bronze. But they call this Cosmic Orange, and knowing Apple, I mean, if you look at it, we're looking at
better
it
be
from
fucking
iPhone screens,
orange.
it's going to be pretty much spot on to what you see on an iPhone screen or what do you see on a Mac screen. They're very particular about their color palettes. So like exactly how you see it on a very, what do you call it? A high gamut,
Color
display?
accurate display.
like a very color accurate display. Yeah,
Yeah.
like really color accurate, because they pick very, very, very specific colors for their phones. Pretty much exactly the way you see it on those screens is exactly the way you're going to see it in person. So I have very high confidence the Cosmic Orange is going to be very nice. They, I mean, do you want me to keep talking about
You
it?
just
or
fucking taking the whole goddamn
I am
topic from me,
taking
you
it.
ass.
This isn't even the phone I'm excited about. I'm just excited at how they took a step back, they ate a little bit of their shit, and then still show that they can come out on top.
So the whole thing,
This is
I
phenomenal.
was so focused on everything else. I don't remember if you talked about the aluminum body, but the aluminum unibody is so awesome because titanium had such a problem. It
It's not a
retained
heat conductor.
Yeah, it kept the heat
Yeah,
and it moved the heat.
It's not a heat sink. That's why I don't see heat sinks out of titanium. That's not what they're built for.
So while it made the phone lighter, it made the phone also overheat.
And it was more durable, but it still sucked. And we didn't need durable on a phone that was already so thick anyway.
And look at them. They're like, man, look at our aluminum unibody. Look at us fixing our problems.
20 times the thermal conductivity of their titanium frame in previous models. And they even said it's 20 times better heat dissipation than the previous titanium
And
frame.
speaking of cooling, Joe!
Oh, yeah, we got Joe.
Speaking, I'm just going to look at your chat. I'm not even going to pull up
That works.
chat on my, because it's just right here. Speaking of cooling, though, they finally added a vapor chamber to one of their phones. They realized their chips are getting just way too hot.
Very late to the game,
Incredibly.
but they've
Very
maintained the highest performance in a mobile device since like
With-
forever.
Out one.
Yeah, without one. So this is only going to be insane. The performance is going to be cracked because it's going to maintain.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back into my Monster Hell now. Monster Hell.
Monster
My-
Hell.
My Monster Hunter now. MH now. walks again. I used to walk around at night and play Monster Hunter when my phone would get really hot and start lagging. So this might be it.
The other thing is that there's Ceramic Shield 2, which all the new phones are getting.
All of them.
Basically 4 times more resistant to cracks, but they're gonna crack anyways. You know, as our Lord and Savior Jerry Rig Everything says, glass is glass, glass is glass, and glass breaks.
Mhm.
Immersive Pro Display, it's just another OLED display. Camera control, no one cares.
Super
Action
OLED,
button, no one cares. This is something that I'm incredibly excited about for the new phone.
All of their
All
sensors.
of these sensors are
All of
all
them.
48 megapixels.
All
So
48 megapixels.
all of your pictures are going to be super crisp. Up to 8x optical quality zoom. That doesn't mean it's an 8x optical zoom. It's a 4x optical up to 8x optical quality. So it's essentially, once it gets past 4x, it's going to really leverage the 48 megapixels to just digitally zoom.
And being that it's 4 times, so I have a 16 Pro Max, and we just looked at the 5 times, and a soap bottle that's about, what, 10 feet from me?
Yeah.
You can barely read the text on, even with 5x.
Mm-hmm.
So at 5x, on this phone, at 4 times the megapixels, I'm very excited to see the quality.
Yes.
Regardless, I mean, the camera's a camera. It's an iPhone camera. It's a premium iPhone. They're all great pictures. They're not meant to be super zoomed in, but giving that quality there and showing that it's available is awesome.
Absolutely.
Very welcome to move all sensors to 48 megapixels. That is sick.
And then you have different lens types now that you have so much zoom.
A 50-something%, 54, I think.
I didn't realize there's. Oh my god, that
Macro.
is very macro.
It's a 50-something% larger
Look at that
sensor.
Oh,
I think we're probably going to get to that.
This is the type of stuff that I love seeing. I love seeing the
Absolutely.
internals of devices. That's so. Oh, it makes me sick. This is. Wait a second. Okay, there's the LiDAR. I'm like, wait, did they get rid of LiDAR finally?
No, they just shoved it
Oh
way
my
off to the
god.
side.
I was like,
Because
where is it?
the LiDAR was never part of the camera module.
Yeah, it was its own thing.
Yeah.
I
guess it makes sense for them to just shove it off to the side.
It does. Because out of the way. Because the thing that we learned while we were recording a video, I learned, your LiDAR does a lot for focusing.
Insane.
Like I knew it did.
An insane amount of work.
But what was crazy to me was like, if you put your finger over the LiDAR, it would ruin everything.
Yeah.
Like you could not focus
Hard,
at all.
really bad.
Let me go back and check my notes and make sure I didn't forget anything.
It's got a 50-something% larger sensor over the 16.
We're just going to leave that right there while I go and check my notes. Redesign unit body. Apple finally put a vapor chamber. Yeah, that we basically covered everything. The phones start at both $10.99 for the Pro and $11.99 for the Pro Mega Max. The iPhone 17 Pro is gonna be a killer phone. I can just feel it in my bones. Moving on to the next killer phone. The iPhone's... Wait, no, hold on. I'm going out of order. No. Nope. You guys gotta wait. Oh, I didn't realize this was the iPhone Air, not the iPhone 17 Air.
You're right.
I didn't realize that.
So are we getting an iPhone Air 2 now?
I guess so. Anyways, the iPhone Air.
That's interesting. I don't even...
I just assumed it was 17 Air. It is 5.3 millimeters at its thinnest point.
I need a caliper.
Need a caliper. Wait, did I do... Oh, I did do this out of order. Frick. That's fine. iPhone 17 is the most important one anyways.
I was gonna swing it either way. They're both impressive.
All three of them are impressive. That's the whole. That's the whole
I'd say
thing.
the least impressive one was the Pro models, which
But
goes
it's
to say
still
where Apple's
awesome.
standing. Yeah.
The iPhone 17 Air was an insane announcement. Thinnest ever iPhone at 5.6 millimeters. That's the thinnest point. I say the thinnest point because that camera bump makes it not 5.6 millimeters. It is 165 grams. The iPhone Air is the only phone that Apple's releasing that's still using a titanium casing. And the impressive thing is that the main board, I wonder if they got a picture of this. The main board, hold on.
Ooh, I don't know if they're gonna show it.
They might not.
To my knowledge, I don't believe they do.
No. You caught a glimpse of it in the reveal.
If you want to try and look it up, iPhone 17 Air internal. Somebody had to snag a screenshot of it.
No, it's
Or I guess
iPhone Air.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, can
Even
I
the
do
one
this
to the
instead?
left.
Can I open a new tab, please? Okay.
Nah, that does it justice. That's fine.
So it looks like, based off this picture, that the system board and everything is just chilling out in the camera plateau, is what they are calling it.
I love that they call it a plateau. They
It
just
is kind of funny.
absolutely
They just
own
know.
that it's a giant hump.
And then if we look at this, well, let's do this. Oh my God, where did my mouse go? And come on now.
Can you just visit the website?
Just trying to make it easier, okay?
Oh, there we go. It's actually a great image.
Oh, this is a fantastic image. So essentially the phone internals are right here. Camera, main board, that's the flash, or yeah, the flash. The rest of this, however, until you get down to the speaker and charge port, that is battery. That is all battery.
Because they had to.
They had to.
Yeah. And I mean, look at the shape of that battery.
It is crazy.
Right.
Imagine having to replace that.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, no, it doesn't matter because they got the fucking zappy things.
They do. I'm kind of like looking for that tab.
It's probably like here.
But
Here.
we're very curious because we do repair iPhones. So at least I am extremely curious. I cannot wait to see someone get their hands on this to rip it open.
Absolutely.
I want to see how the Air gets taken apart. The Pro's pretty self-explanatory. Back glass repairs are going to be even easier than before. I have
Because it's just a chunk.
no reason to touch the cameras, but now it's kind of hitting me. I wonder if replacing the camera modules is going to be from the display now.
Probably. I mean, it was
Or
previously.
I have to be able to replace the glass bar as well, because the glass bar is going to chip at some point.
On what?
The
The Air?
no, the Pros.
The Pros is all aluminum.
Is it 100% aluminum? What are the lens breaks?
Then you probably replace the entire rear.
Think so?
I imagine those glass lenses are like glued to the aluminum.
I got no idea. I wasn't paying attention to that very close.
iPhone 17 Pro.
Is it glass on the top chunk?
No. Absolutely not. Yeah, you can see it right there. See?
It's not.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
Oh, yours looks so much better than mine.
It doesn't.
Your screen.
I wonder what it's See, this is the kind of question I have to ask myself: is how is this
'Cause
repair
look,
going to go through?
Because you can see
Apple's going to release the documentation and the guides for it at some point. I assume
It's
a little bit
aluminum?
after release date.
and the ring is aluminum,
Yeah,
but this is
the lens
glass.
is glass.
So if this cracks, you're probably replacing the whole backside.
I wonder if we're going to have.
Rear systems. All rear systems.
Well, I guess they're going to be mids. They'll want us to move the glass and everything over because they moved to mid systems. We don't have rear systems anymore.
Yeah, but I feel like for this one, why would you replace just the glass? How would you replace just the glass?
That's what I'm wondering.
How are you going to heat that up?
It we're gonna have to get a new repair tray.
Yeah.
We're already getting a new repair tray, so we're probably gonna have something new and fancy to do with these. Because it just now hit me. I don't know exactly how we'll handle this. So that's a cool thing.
We'll get to figure that
That's
out.
kind of what I'm excited for, because I wonder if these are modular.
What?
I doubt it, but the
cameras?
lenses themselves,
Nah.
right? I don't know,
I don't think so.
but maybe. Who knows? Apple knows,
Apple knows, yes.
and we'll know in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Back to the iPhone Air.
Not even 2 weeks. It's like a week and a half. I'm so excited.
I don't remember where it is here, but somewhere here, the iPhone battery, the iPhone Air battery, is comparable to the iPhone 14.
And then some.
And then some.
There
So
it is.
4 more hours of playback to the iPhone 14. 14 Pro. Which that's in Apple benchmark numbers. There is a reason, however. Where are the accessories at? Show them to me.
Also, while he's looking
This
for that,
is gonna be hilarious.
the iPhone Air is on the same level as the Pro Series phones.
Yes, it has the same processor. It has the same 48 megapixel main sensor. Oh, it's only one sensor. So, you didn't know that?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, he was looking at me like he didn't
No, I was
know
just saying, this is insane.
that. I could just do this.
It's on the same level as a Pro, which is insane. And I'm curious to how the
we could have just looked at
obviously
this.
they tested it, but I'd like to see how they did all the cooling for it, more specifically. Yeah, I mean, just everything right there you're looking at. It's got the same 3000 nits peak brightness. I want to know how fixing these is going to go,
Well, it looks like it's going to be like the old iPhones.
but so thin.
Because it's all, yeah.
And they kept it titanium. There's a
Right.
shout out to Shazam. They they kept it titanium because it is their thinnest iPhone and it cannot bend.
This is going to bother me.
From everyday use. It can't
Switch
bend
from
everyday use.
Android. Accessories. iPhone.
Like obviously the phone can bend, but to their terms, it like cannot bend. Oh no.
Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at?
I'm being really blunt. This is one of the fuggliest things. Okay, is it good though?
Look! It only works with this phone. That's what's insane to me.
I'll give them this. That is better than the garbage they came out with the other time.
What do you mean it's the same garbage?
No, the smart battery packs look like a little camel hump.
Oh.
Those old battery packs were disgusting.
Because didn't they release a battery pack a while ago and it was literally the same exact thing and it always fell off because MagSafe was so fucking weak?
That I don't know about.
Not weak, but...
Yeah. No, that I don't know about. I'm talking about the cases. Remember the old battery case?
Yeah. Hold on. Official Apple battery. I'll just look it up on Google.
That case was the fuggliest thing.
Yeah, that was
gross.
Awful. Here we go. That's a good picture of it. Smart battery case.
That thing was
Official
like
Apple MagSafe battery.
Do they have a MagSafe battery?
Yes. It's the same. Oh, it's only on eBay. But it's
That's
the
also disgusting.
same thing. But it only works with the Air because it can physically fit just the Air.
How much more juice does it give you? Does it tell you?
Not enough.
I mean, you say it's not enough.
I know, I'm fucking
Yeah.
around.
I'm just like
12 watts of fast wireless
12
charging.
watts is not fast
Up to
wireless charging.
up to 65% additional charge to the iPhone Air. Just the iPhone Air. They don't even admit, like, they don't even fucking like hide it.
For even faster charging of your iPhone Air, attach a MagSafe battery and connect it to a 20 watt or higher power adapter.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's wild. They tell you to actually like
Plug it in.
to plug it in and do the wireless charging.
That sounds like that's not okay. but it's just compatible
I don't know. So all this stuff is cool.
with the iPhone Air. Anyways,
I'm gonna say this
I'm angry
again.
about it for no reason.
Like I said with the S25 Edge and with every other paper thin phone, who the fuck asked for this?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I'm not
100%.
putting my phone in my wallet, right? I don't think anyone's putting their phone in their wallet. The cool thing is, which I guess I'll dab on Samsung about,
Ah.
they got a phone that thin and it still has fucking MagSafe.
Mm-hmm.
Just add it. They made it open. It's an open free patent. It's Qi 2.
Mm-hmm.
Use the damn magnets.
Google added it finally.
Pixel Snap. Thank
Dude,
fuck Google.
how did it take any Android manufacturer
Google?
this long?
Google has to step up the bat on that one. Just add it. I don't get it.
How did it take any Android manufacturer this long to finally implement it?
I don't know.
But that was actually crazy when
Apple was
I
like,
saw that.
Here, it's public. Use it. And we thought everyone was going to just start using it.
Well, I don't think Apple was the reason because they developed it in tandem with whoever made the Qi 2 standard or the Qi standard.
Well, they had it before that.
Yeah,
And then they made this big announcement
it was like Thunderbolt.
that it's Qi 2 and it was an open standard. It's a global standard.
Oh,
Because that's what I know. It was just, I think last year's when they announced all the Qi 2 stuff and the fast charging and everything.
yeah.
And it was like, awesome. So, like,
Well, let's do it.
everyone's going to use this. It's just a no-brainer. Everybody likes all the MagSafe stuff. They have MagSafe cases for like every phone out there now. Why would you not?
Right.
And Samsung still doesn't. They're like, oh no, our phones are Qi 2 certified. They're not though, technically, because
They don't have this ring.
yeah, the whole point of Qi 2 is that there's a magnet to help optimally line up the coils, and you get the fastest wireless charging possible.
I just have to say, I'm coming to, this is completely off topic. I'm coming to really enjoy the fact that we are sitting on a couch.
100%. It's
This is
the
like
most
making me
comfortable.
so happy right now. I'm like,
Yeah, it's nice to be able to sit back and like our backs don't hurt. I've just been leaning over this entire time.
perfect. I was about to text y'all about your thoughts about the Apple event. Josh, you missed like
Right.
90% of our thoughts. We're about to move on to the last phone.
I mean, the last thing, which is the best one for last, which is the base model.
The iPhone 17. Are
Yeah,
you?
the I mean, I was gonna say a little bit of flashback. The 17 Pro. I was gonna say 14 Pro. The 17 Pro. Like there's a lot going on with it, but it's not really that impressive.
Well,
just-
don't say don't. No,
I'll put it this way: they put a vapor chamber
that's
in it,
not. Yeah.
which is long overdue. They took a step back and went to aluminum, which is in the right direction. We got Slaughter 2.0. Got a 16 Pro
worth the
Max.
upgrade?
Worth the upgrade. I mean, I got a 16 Pro Max, and I think Josh has a 16 Pro Max. I'm upgrading, but I had a whole roller coaster of emotional events over the last few months.
Yeah.
Between, I was going to get, I have an Apple and Android side of things, and on my Android side of things, I wanted to go back to a foldable. The Z Fold came out, no sort of Qi 2 MagSafe, any kind of alignment thing, plus Android has weird audio problems when connected to Android Auto, and then you're doing a call, and it kicks you out of the call, and it doesn't want to hook up your earbuds, and everything else, and that's a whole roller coaster. And then I was going to go to the Pixel Fold, but that is, again, with Android and Android Auto, and the whole freaking audio thing again, which it just doesn't work and is annoying. We're gonna let Mark hop back into that. So yeah, he's gonna hop back into that in a second. But you got the iPhone Forever program with Boost Mobile. So,
Just do
I mean,
it.
that's awesome.
Just
Just
do
take
it.
it up. If it's not
Yeah.
gonna like cost an arm and a leg more,
It was going to cost you the same thing
I'll
you're already
totally take
paying.
it.
Just do it.
and I mean, I'll tell you your benefits, right? If you have a 16 Pro Max, this is what I'm excited for in the 17 Pro Max, is I just love that they've moved on to the vapor chamber and their processors are already so efficient that having this much power and this kind of sustained power, and it's going to keep cool for so long. And I just like having I always think of the repairability aspect, since again we do repair these. I just like the way they took the approach of still having a glass slab in the back. that I know will be a lot easier to work on. And then the screens have always been pretty easy to work on in general. And I kind of have some curiosities in terms of like how the lens will be repaired and stuff like that. But all their cameras went to 48 megapixel, which means you'll have sharper images. I'm more of a zoom guy. I generally like to zoom in on certain pictures and scenes, like I'm catching animals or something in a distance. So 48 megapixels on all the sensors is awesome. And I think that was a majority of what I'm really excited for.
Yeah. I see there's one comment here
So I can vibe
from
with that.
Uber, I believe so.
Uber.
I've used iPhones for at least like 6 years now.
I had the 5S, and then I went to HTC after that, and then I got back into the game around the iPhone 8, and I went from 8 to 11, and then I think I did 12, 13, 14. I skipped 15.
I don't think no, you never did the 14. You
I had a
definitely did
14 Pro.
13.
We had the same 14 Pro.
Did we?
We both got the 14 Pro, the purple.
I don't think we did.
And then I skipped the 15. I got the 16 Pro Max.
I thought you had the 13.
I did, and I had the 14.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
You have a problem.
I do have a problem. I went for the 14 solely because the purple. I'll say this. Josh and I are kind of in the same boat here. I don't know about his carrier, but I pay for, I think they're called MVNOs. They're like cheaper carriers.
Yes.
And I only pay $30 a month for unlimited everything. And they, I have huge savings there, and I buy my phones outright. And when you trade in an upgrade every year, I'm already saving between 800 to 1,000 a year on not being on a major carrier. So that's how I justify my upgrades. Because even with upgrading every year, I'm still paying significantly less than if I was upgrading and paying for a major carrier brand. So that's kind of where I don't upgrade every year, though. Close to it, but I try not to. But this is just awesome. It's like just a spectacle of a device, and I'm a huge geek. That's why we're here, and that's why we're talking about it. We're huge geeks.
Absolutely.
And it's the only thing I really dump my money into is just like one or two stupid things a year like this.
Josh, I read your comment where you said I had the HTC Vive, or the one, and I was like, why are you not upgrading your phone? Was my immediate. I just read the HTC part, and I was like, why does somebody still have an HTC?
I'm kind of catching up on the
yeah, there's a lot going on in the chat.
Yeah. I didn't realize.
If you're worried about the battery life, who was that? I don't see who that was. Dennis? Yeah. If you're worried about the battery life, I would just go with this normal 17. Because unless you really think you'll get the extra performance out of the Pro chip or the 48 megapixel cameras. Josh,
from the 13, you're gonna love the cameras. The cameras have a huge improvement over the 13.
For sure. Josh, a few comments ago, you brought up the AirPods Pro. The AirPods Pro is now officially the second thing I'm most excited for. I'm definitely more excited for the Orange Pro iPhone.
I love the orange.
The orange is great. I love that the megapixels are there. The performance is going to be there. It's gonna be like it's gonna be the phone to get. The AirPods Pro 3 are also killer. Like I've been complaining forever, Josh.
Josh's hot take right there.
Josh, I'm gonna fight you when I see you. If you work tomorrow, Josh, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah, there is no black Pro.
Yeah, the black. That's another weird thing.
Silver's always gonna be
usually silver. Black is the one that they always have.
Right.
Black and silver are the mainstays, but they
took a slight deviation here.
But yeah, you
gotta try different things.
Dang it, Josh. I'll have to fight you on Friday then. But yeah, the AirPods Pro 3, like I've been complaining for the past like however many months now. My AirPods 2 are dying. Pro 2s are dying. And I've been waiting very, very patiently for the Pro 3s to be released. And this time I'll actually buy Apple Care.
It's funny, you're like
Um,
in the same circumstance I was
Waiting very patiently.
earlier. I had the Beats Fit Pro, and I absolutely loved those earbuds. And then I knew the Power Beats Pro 2s were coming out soon, because those were the ones I really wanted, but I didn't like the original design because the case was enormous, and just a couple other issues that we'd see day to day. And they came out with the Pro 2s, the Power Beats Pro 2, and that's usually where Apple, now that Beats is their brand, they like to test things.
Yes.
So it had the H2 chip in it, it had noise canceling, like everything was awesome about it. They're like AirPod Pros, but just with a latch around around the ear. So I had my Beats Fit Pro for like 2 years, and my buddy wanted to buy them, and I sold it to him for like $50 or something.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not.
Not gonna have them anymore.
They're older. They're clean.
Yeah.
I'm a clean freak when it comes to earbuds and stuff like that. They look like brand new. And yeah, the Power Beats Pro 2 came out, so I could feel your excitement with the AirPod Pro 3s. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's something I was gonna talk about was the ear tips. I bought third party like foam ear tips just to see if it was better, and it was better noise cancellation, but they hurt the crap out of my ear. So I'm excited to see. Yeah, that's what's in
You're
the.
saying they've got like a hybrid tip.
It's a rubber on the outside, but there's foam on the inside to help with the noise cancellation.
And it's angled slightly.
If it changes the ANC, that's going to be so crazy. I don't think the angled slightly part is going to help with ANC. I think it's just to fit more ears.
I'm gonna try your earbuds when you.
Okay. But pre-orders are open for those today, and I think that might be. I think I'm gonna wait because I want to pre-order my iPhone as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely getting the orange. We haven't even talked about the 17 yet. Also want to test the live. There's live trail. Well, how did I miss that? I don't know how I missed that. But speaking of iPhones that I missed, let's hold on. I promise we're professionals. Let's go to the last iPhone that we haven't talked about yet. The one that Yanni and I both agree is probably the most exciting, which is the iPhone 17.
Yeah.
And by the most exciting, I should say, they brought the most features to this phone and kept it the same price.
The first thing I said is they did it. The base model is premium.
Finally.
Everything about it is premium.
It's
Apple
caught up.
this year, Apple just won. They have brought everything up to spec. There's no longer like an aggravating losing battle. I guess I guarantee you there's one thing I can catch them on. And you know what? If I'm wrong, even better. I bet you USB-C on that phone is 2.0 speeds.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I guarantee
that's almost
they locked
guaranteed.
3.0 speeds. And it wouldn't even surprise me if they did it on the Air also, considering it's a Pro model.
That's another cool thing is that the main camera has 48 megapixels as well, but not the secondary camera.
Yep.
All-day battery life. They always talk about all-day battery life.
They brought in 120 hertz PPO display.
iOS 26.
Yep, iOS 26. It's got Apple Intelligence, all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
fun stuff.
3,000 nits. It's got the camera button. They have brought everything over to this phone.
You say always on display? That's the only thing I ever cared about.
The ceramic shield is now on this phone.
That was something. I'm going to go on a tangent
about it. The action button is now on this. They brought.
Well, the action button was on the last one.
Over.
The one thing that I missed from my Android phone for the longest time was my always on display. That was the one thing that forever I was just like, man, I wish I could just move back to my Android and have everything else. Yes, you could use tweaks, and yes, you could jailbreak your phone to make it happen. But up until the 13, I think it was, you couldn't do it natively. And that's the thing that kept pushing me away from just the base model phones, was it doesn't have an always on display. Like it's such a silly thing to care about, but I'm probably like the 1% that actually cares about the fact that my phone does or does not have an always on display.
I'd say that's huge for a lot of people, to be honest.
But every time I bring it up, people are like, "Really? That's the thing you don't like?"
I keep my
Um,
always on display off because I know OLED, and I just have the craziest fear of burning.
I don't care.
So I have,
I don't care
I just leave my phone on tap to wake
because it's so.
because I do a single tap and my display will come on dim, so I can see my time.
It's so nice to just sit there, look at my phone, be like,
And you
"Oh,
can
I have
just see
three
it.
notifications. Oh, it's 67 and cloudy, and it's 9:26. Wow, so much information. I didn't even have to touch my phone.
You know what? I'll give you this. When we get these phones, I'm gonna leave my AOD on.
And you better leave it like that because the AOD they implemented is stupid.
Is it?
Do you know what I'm talking
Does that
about?
show your entire wallpaper?
Yeah,
Yeah, that I
that's
don't
so
like.
disgusting.
That I don't do. That I really don't care for.
That kills your battery life.
Although now I don't know how far the screen stuff has come.
Josh, I'll be honest with you, Ceramic Shield,
I was just about to say.
it's like based off what we know from the previous year's iPhones, glass is glass and glass will break.
Um,
I agree with that as well, Josh. That burn hasn't been an issue yet
yep.
on any of my iPhones.
Well, they have the profile set, so they do a really good compensation for
Yes.
burning. The 3,000 nits also is phenomenal. That's insane, and that's
18
kind of where I
meg.
was like crazed about it on the Air. Even is insane for how thin it is. I don't know, the ceramic shield. If it's Mo Better glass, I'll take the Mo Better glass.
I like this picture. I
Front
don't
and back.
don't ask me why, but I really like this picture.
I'm digging the green.
The green is nice.
I'm really digging the green this year. I like it a lot.
The green is pretty sick. Yeah, it's the fact that they brought so many features that they considered pro down to their entry level iPhone is what's making this such an amazing and compelling deal. Finally,
It's actually premium. Now that was my greatest thing about it. It is actually premium. I think
pretty
the charging
sure
was faster too.
I'm pretty sure it does have fast charging as well. I want to control F now that I'm fast charging.
Yep, fast charge up to 50% in 20 minutes.
Yes.
It's wild. I still just cannot get over this. It's just so
Like,
wild.
yeah,
That
this
actually
phone
brought
is
everything
actually crazy.
up. We'll be working with phones now. People are going to have the budget model in quotes. But it's going to be quick. It's going to be snappy. It's going to be 120 hertz. It's we're finally caught up. It's exactly where Apple should have been
Yeah.
with all these years. They've just waited year after year after year.
So many years
And
wasted.
good on them for keeping the price, I think, right in the same ballpark.
Yeah, it's eight. Hold on, $7.99.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to the top.
It's it's not a cheap
Slowly.
phone,
$7.99.
but
But it's the entry. It's the one probably 90% of people are gonna
if
buy.
it's going to be Apple having a, you know, it this is their main series, right? Their
Magic.
budget phone
Or
technically now is the 16E. That is their budget phone because the
I don't-
16E just came out in between.
I don't like that you said that. That's pretty
Yeah.
gross.
That is their budget phone is the 16E. Let's see.
Let's see. We're reading chat now.
Yep, catching up.
I have not paid attention to
Yeah,
chat.
one of the underrated features, 50% in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Fast charging is actually like a wonderful feature.
And I was totally expecting the price increases.
Yes.
As soon as they announced the price of we were speculating on price, and I think we just about nailed it.
Yeah.
With
I really thought they were gonna make it at least $100 more expensive on every model.
Because I was like, well, they got the Air, it's thin, it's a Pro model too, so it's, maybe 8, 9, and then 11, 12.
Yeah.
But no, they still kept. No, it's still 8, 9, right? 8, 7, $7.99.
Yeah, $7.99.
No. I got that wrong.
Uh-oh.
I was thinking 9, 10, 11, 12 originally.
Oh, yeah.
Because they showed the 120 hertz and then the camera button. I was like, this is probably going to be 900 and then 1,000 for the air and
Right.
then 11, 12.
Right.
And then that way they're just $100 steps.
Yes.
But no, they kept it right in line.
Which is
And
good.
they put they gave the air a jump, but it's a pro model, just lacking the cameras really.
Right.
And the battery.
If you
life
think
in
about it,
quotes.
though, because so the iPhone Air came from the iPad Air, right? Like I thought about it a little more on the car ride home. Um, the iPhone, like, it's positioned correctly. Because the Air models have always been a lighter version of the highest spec model. Although I feel like the iPad Airs have been lacking in that recently.
Yeah.
Just this is just complete like off the wall, off the script, just chit chatting, off topic. But the iPad Air, it's not thin. Josh, you will never see a bend test, and that's why they kept it all glass, because glass is a lot more rigid than titanium. This is also my assumptions, but glass will not bend, glass will shatter.
I am curious to see the bend
But
test. You know,
because if they shatter, that would be crazy.
it's gonna be nuts. I can't wait to see Jerry Rig
But yeah, the
torture test this thing.
iPhone or the iPad Airs of recent have just been normal iPads, but with a Pro chip.
Yeah.
Pro chip. It's like
And
the
then the new
iPad
Pro is
Airs are
practically
weird.
the Air.
Yeah, that's what the Air should be.
Yeah.
Because the new Pros are crazy thin.
So I wonder how they're gonna align everything now.
Because the iPad, I don't know, the iPad Airs are weird.
iPads have always been, I think, a mess.
A little bit. A little bit.
It's like a wild mess.
Because it was like Steve
Their
Jobs' baby or something like that.
Screen sizes are everywhere. Their cameras get shoved everywhere.
Yeah.
Front and back. I mean, it's like.
Some have fingerprint sensors while the rest don't.
And then now the thickness and thinness is conflicting because
Makes
you have
no
Air
sense.
and Pro, but it should be totally backwards for like. I
And
don't know.
now with iPad OS 26, it's basically a Mac, but it won't ever be a Mac.
But it is a Mac.
But it is a Mac.
Yeah. It's
Like, it is. Yeah.
crazy.
Anyways, that was a random tangent. Sorry about that. It got me going. It got me started.
Man, and we had a lot going on today. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wait till we're done talking about the Apple stuff to get into the Dbrand thing.
I mean, I feel like that's a good segue because
we still got the watch. There's not much going on with the watch.
no, I skipped right over the watch.
Skipped right over the watch.
I brought up the watch. I was like, yep, they released. They're cool, I guess. All right, let's go.
Howdy, Asher.
I literally kept it just by a magic. Yeah. Well, no, because
I mean, I think it's still
you can't
called a Magic
run
Keyboard. It's a Magic Keyboard case.
Yeah, you can't run Mac apps on an iPad, sir.
I mean,
So
not with that attitude. And they put the Mac app in the App Store.
that is true.
Was
Got rid of
Final
the
Cut
giant
an iPad app
screens.
yet?
Did they? What giant screens are you talking? Are you talking about like at the in-person event?
I don't know. Lean Apple events? I did not pay attention.
I assume I'm going to recreate the Apple event again for my channel. Okay. Well, the Pro, it depends on what you're doing with the Pro, as whether it's the move or not.
You know what's really crazy?
What?
I feel like we've sold a lot of Pros, and I haven't seen many come in bent.
16s? Or Pros in general?
iPad Pros.
iPad Pros. Yeah.
I thought I was going to see a lot of these come in bent, but that definitely was not the case.
Yeah. I think
Unless it's just a matter of time. But
well,
maybe they got it a little bit more rigid than I've been thinking.
well, because if I remember correctly, the iPad Pros have like a bar going right through the middle of it to prevent it from bending. And it splits the battery in half, but it's just a completely structural bar.
You think that iPad was like their take to a mad benchmark?
That might be what they tested before making the Air.
They were like,
Let's
just
see if people mess this up.
see how rigid titanium really is.
Yeah. Is it made out of titanium?
I would assume so. If I'm wrong, then
I don't
that'd be
think
insane.
it is.
If they did that aluminum, that's even more impressive. I would hope it's titanium. We got Mark on the research here. The big screen at
Nope.
the presenter.
It is 100% recycled aluminum.
To...
I think you're referring to yeah, titanium. The newest iPad.
It's not titanium.
No.
It is aluminum.
It's made out of aluminum.
That's impressive.
Well, hold on, because this is also AI. Let's make sure. Whatever the newest, yeah, 100% recycled aluminum.
That's crazy.
That's on Apple's website.
The fact that they can do that.
Oh,
even thinner.
It's thinner than the iPhone Air. iPhone Air isn't the thinnest Apple device.
And they still opted for titanium on the iPhone. It's just baffling. I just don't. I don't get it, but they did it.
They did do it.
And again, I'll give them that credit. I don't think I've seen a single bent new iPad Pro
ever
come in yet.
No.
Yet. I'm gonna say yet because
it's going to happen. It will happen. But
at 5.3, I mean 0.2 millimeters.
5.1 millimeters, sir.
Well, I'm saying for the iPhone Air.
The iPhone Air is 5.6.
5.6. Okay, so half a millimeter.
I wrote the notes. Okay.
Half a millimeter.
Where did the iPhone Air go? Yeah, 5.6 millimeters at its thinnest point. Still not good enough.
Oh, he's saying it's stainless steel. The stainless steel.
What is that on the spine of the iPad on the inside?
Is that what it is?
Makes it even stronger than
rigid?
Probably. Makes sense.
Maybe that's what it is.
You know, I gotta say, I don't know. I don't remember how long I've had my M1 iPad Pro, but it is still running strong to this day.
All of the M series,
no hitches, no nothing.
Yeah. How often we used to get
the only thing
MacBooks in, like Intel Macs for slowness and this and that.
Yeah.
And M1 has been out for what, 4 years?
Yeah.
And like not a single one has come in for it's slow.
The only thing I don't like is that I don't know if we want to call that out or
severely bent but no broken screen.
But yeah, I'm very amazed at my M1 iPad. The only thing I miss, or I wish I had on my M1, is when I go to draw, there's when you have the pencil over the screen, you see the little hole with your brush. I couldn't think of words. I would like to have that, but obviously that's been out for like 2 or 3 iterations now.
Right.
So I haven't cared enough. I noticed the renders look really different than most years, even though they're official.
I think because I've been looking at all the leaks for so long and then actually seeing the official thing, I now know it's the official thing.
Yeah.
I can't see that, but only because I've been digging into it for so much.
Yeah. I haven't
you said Majin Buu ones and John?
Well, the person Majin Buu. There's a person on Twitter named Majin Buu.
Okay. Well, I guess let me also look this up real quick.
We talked about it a few weeks ago. Well, a few shows ago. Let me not say a few weeks ago. We brought up the leaks. Yeah, see, and like, it was close, but it wasn't like, yeah, like that's just very off compared to what we did get.
I'm gonna find this.
Because that would be the Air, is what it's imitating. The one that you just pulled up. The yeah, and it's all glass. So whatever he got was, it might have just been a prototype.
The polished titanium is wicked. Just show me the back. There we go. Oh, no. I mean,
yeah, it's very off. That could have just been a prototype, though. That could have just
100% could have been.
Like an actual prototype. But the Pros have been pretty accurate for a while now. It's just really been the air that people have like kind of gone back and forth on.
As accurate as they can be, honestly. I mean, that's pretty much spot on.
That's basically it, yeah. So, but yeah. So what was your I know we kind of
I
beat
still
this
got
topic to death.
2 more quick things.
Oh, all right, shit, he ain't done yet.
In regard to each other. It just hit me. The what is it? The wireless chip and the modem
Oh
that
yeah.
Apple uses.
I wasn't concerned personally about those.
It's just better. I just wanted to
It is
point
just
out
better.
it's even better. So, for those that don't know, Apple moved entirely to their own wireless network chip and their own modem. So, their
Did I turn that
modem
on
is
again?
even better and uses even less power. And same thing for their wireless chip, moving on to Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and something else I don't remember. There was a third thing in there.
Bluetooth 6.
Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6.
Oh, it was not
Oh.
Thread. It was something else. It was a
Yeah,
smart
yeah,
home.
yeah.
It was a smart
The
home,
smart home
thing. I don't remember what it's actually called. And one in the C1X. Thank you, Asher. Do you happen to remember the what the new modem gave you? Hey, Yanni can tell you about that because I forgot this part.
I don't remember the exact numbers.
Damn it, Yanni.
I just remember it was better performance. So like cellular performance being for the modem. And it was, I think it was 30% more efficient. So it uses 30% less power. To get you that even better performance. Which is awesome because one thing that people don't realize is if you work somewhere,
Oh no. We've been yapping
Well-
for too long. The light shut off.
we're gonna be out of light. That's fine. I mean, how do we even look? I just blink
I'm
out.
sure it looks fine. I could show you.
That's funny. I'm gonna see when this goes out here. We're rewatching it a little bit.
Do you see over there?
I think it's about to blip out. I'm just in the dark right now. Was it right about here, I think?
It's maybe a little bit
It's
closer
all-
after that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Thread is the thing that we're referring to as the third thing.
They can be, right? But I guess that's the exciting part. Apple's making it better.
Yes.
So when it's better, overall it's better. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is when you have when you work somewhere and you have Wi-Fi and you have like okay internet, especially if it's really spotty throughout the day. So we work in a very condensed area, so middle of the day it can get pretty brutal. Oh, there we go.
Our reaction. Oh,
I'm just kind of like whatever. I'm in the dark at this point.
it's a regular show. It is we're kind of coming up with a new schedule now.
It was weekly. We're going to talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah.
I think of how
We'll chat
gonna be
about it
approaching
with
this.
some of our ending topics, which
Yeah.
we kind of have to get a move on for both of our sakes.
Yeah, but I'll cover the modem thing. If you stay connected to Wi-Fi, your phone doesn't have to struggle so hard to keep looking for strong cellular data, especially if you keep getting notifications. But if you don't connect to Wi-Fi, it does have to work pretty hard. So having a more efficient modem is phenomenal because a lot of people will crush battery life without even realizing that in the background, a lot of their battery life is being wasted just trying to search for good cell service, cell signal, cellular data, anything like that. Just trying to hold a connection to a tower between your pocket, between the walls, and everything else. All the people in the area and the traffic going up and down and priority going up and down. And your phone doesn't understand the priority thing, so it's just like, oh, my performance is down. Let me just try and grab something better, and it's constantly working. So the new modem changes are very welcome. So that was I guess the whole super technical side
Yes.
of things.
You're a lot more. Yanni's a lot more of an in-depth person than I am. I understand the very top level explanation of things.
The watches were nothing special.
The watches are, they're just watches.
The Apple Watch SE
They're
is
not
better.
special.
The Apple Watch Ultra 3 did.
Just buy an Apple Watch Ultra 2.
Or one if you can find
Or
it.
one if you can find it.
They're
like,
all practically the same. And then the Series 11's out.
Yes.
Like that's pretty much it. There's nothing like
the watches were, yeah, we no, like, you missed it. You literally missed it because you were writing.
I did miss it, yeah.
I literally spent probably a total of like a minute on the watches.
Yeah.
Compared to the last hour we've been talking about everything else.
That's just it wasn't much going on with the watches.
No,
Was
the
that
watches are just watches. That was it. That's all it was.
Those watch, phone, AirPods?
Unless you want to talk about how Apple Watches save people's lives.
I don't care about that. Oh, that's why I disconnected, because a stupid story started going. Remember during the keynote, they had the stories rolling?
Oh, how you just stopped paying
And,
attention.
yeah, I stopped paying attention after that.
No offense to anybody at Apple or any of those people who have actually had their
they just
lives
start
saved.
rolling their stories. Yeah, we get it. It's an awesome device.
It's really
it does
cool.
its job very well. But man, every year it's a broken record.
Yeah, the
Like,
thing
we get
is
it.
like the hypertension thing though, Josh, is like just like heart rate and just like everything else they've added to the Apple Watches. How accurate is it actually going to be?
Right.
Because like how the fuck do you measure hypertension
And I'll be
accurately?
honest, that feature is probably
That's
giving people
crazy.
is probably giving people hypertension.
Yeah.
When it warns you-
Seriously.
When it warns you about your heart rate being a little high and your heart rate being a little too low, I turned that crap off because I was stressing over that so hard.
Yes, JD, to answer your question, yes, it saves battery life by not searching so often.
Yes. Or trying to search so more efficiently.
Yes.
I mean, it's just funny the way it works. All right. I think that's everything for iPhone, right? That was like the whole brick. We're going to get a little bit away from iPhone now, I think.
Yeah, we're going to move on to things we missed while we were gone for the past... Has it been a month?
About.
Did we do it at all during August? I guess not.
No, not really.
Our last show really was July. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, we missed quite a few things. For those of you who are here right now, you guys seem to be more in tune to the Apple stuff. We are more than just an Apple channel. We like to chat about a bunch of different things, mostly just technology in general. We enjoy 3D printing, PC hardware, PC technology, repairing computers, repairing phones, iPhones. We're both iPhone technicians as well.
And Samsung.
And Samsung. Well, you're. I don't think I ever got Samsung certified.
No.
I'm pretty sure only you are.
I mean, I'll be
out
honest,
of the two of us.
anyone
It's
can do it.
not hard.
Yeah.
So, like we delve into more than just Apple.
We just love tinkering. We break stuff, we fix stuff.
Speaking of tinkering, I'm tinkering with Manjaro right now. So like, you know, like we do more than just Apple things.
We're discussing about maybe doing a Linux challenge.
We're just maybe. You may be saying maybe.
Is your main system dual booted?
Not yet.
No.
It will be once we do the thing that we've been talking about.
I'm terrified to dual boot. I don't want to dual boot.
Don't be a bitch.
On my main system.
Don't be a bitch.
I have so many drives.
What about the Vision Pro?
The Vision Pro.
What about the Vision Pro? I hate you, Josh. Oh my god. The Vision Pro. I mean, nothing really came out about the Vision Pro. Yeah, Dylan.
Oh, you just
DJ
got back from an expo?
Dude, what?
What expo?
He works... Oh, I don't want to say... Oh, was there really a chip bump for the... What? No way. There's no way they silently dropped that today.
Did they actually? M5 Vision Pro? Josh said M5.
No,
Asher
there's
said
no
M5.
way. There's no way.
They both said M5.
There's no way. There's no way they silently dropped that. Or was it a part of the thing and we just completely ignored it? We're getting messed with.
R2.
We're getting messed with right now. Tech specs. No, it's M2 and R1. I'm looking at the Apple website right now. It's rumored.
Okay, no, it's rumored.
It's rumored right now.
Apple code confirms Vision Pro with M5. That was in August. We're in August. We're in September.
Check newsroom. Who goes to newsroom?
Check newsroom in the event. We got people teaching us stuff, and this is actually what we really like.
I'm gonna let you do it. There's nothing. Pulsar racing things, AMD things. Yeah, I don't know if we can say where Dylan works. But the place that he works, it makes sense that he's able to go to said things.
I know where he works too.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you knew.
That's the place I'm going to on this weekend.
Possibly.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in newsroom about it.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything Apple official on the M5 stuff. But you know what? Being that it's rumored and they're figuring all that
I'm sure it's
out,
gonna happen. Like that's whatever.
I believe you. I will just say I believe you.
But Dylan, while you are here, this actually segues us. Refresh your catch. What are you guys talking about? We literally just loaded the website. Like, it's at the. What are you on about?
News. I'm going to news.
Apple News Room.
I'm going to tools. I'm doing the last 24 hours.
I'm literally going to Apple Newsroom. I'm gonna pull this up.
Here's everything Apple didn't announce.
Hold on, Dylan. Stay around if you can.
These are rumors.
All right, hold on. No, I'm pulling it up just to prove it. All right, here we are in Apple. Oh, come on. This thing. All right, so we're in the Apple Newsroom, right? This is the Apple Newsroom. Yeah. So do I click on this? Is this gonna tell me
Maybe. Honestly,
about it? Because like
He did say
it's
check the
not. You
latest.
said
Let me
it's
go
the
back.
top of the page.
let me go back. He did say check the latest.
Right. Vision Pro. It's not mentioned.
Apple Newsroom. Press release today.
He's still checking. Like we're being messed with. Vision Pro today. Yeah, it's at the top for me. You guys are messing with us.
I've literally got nothing.
This is literally what we're getting right now. All right. Anyways, we're going to move on.
I'm going to take your word on it.
Dylan, while you're here, my lovely, did you happen to hear, oh my God, my hair's crazy now because I was losing my mind, about the Bambu Lab H2D Vortek nozzle switcher? Because honestly, we're about to talk about the H2S that was announced.
Talk about a silent drop.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, that's what the S stands for. Yo.
No. I'm getting fed up with them.
With Bambu?
Yeah.
What?
I said this was the
Go ahead.
My note right here says the H2S is the printer everyone was actually waiting for.
Nah.
The H2D was nuts.
Okay, so hold on. Back up.
Kind of.
I don't think it's the printer everyone was waiting for, because in my head, when everybody would talk about
It was a dual nozzle thing. That was cool.
the dual nozzle thing was cool, but when everybody would be like, we need a large format Bambu printer, I imagine like something crazy like 400 by 400.
That would be really big.
Yeah, I know. But like, this isn't really large format.
You gotta think. This
Asher, are you messing with us right now? Got it on Maker World. Oh, you're talking about the S. I'm like, wait, is he talking about the Vision Pro again being on Maker World? I'm like, you're actually messing with us right now. I think it is a good bit faster. All right, I'll let Yanni talk. He'll talk through this part.
I've got very, very dull notes on it. It's single nozzle compared to the H2D. I still think it draws way too much wattage to heat up that bed, and the bed still does heat unevenly, which is a big issue they've had.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently with the H2D.
Oh, I still have a lot of coffee left for how late it is.
If they added a firmware patch or update and they just did a low wattage mode that pulled like even 800 watts versus like the 1500 watts it wants to pull. I think in some cases it recorded 1600 watts, which is more than what a breaker should be handling.
Why are you done with Bambu?
I'm not done with them. It's just the way they release things is a little ass backwards. 'Cause this should have been the first thing, not the H2D. It should have been the H2S first with the H2D like leaked right behind it or rumored right behind it or at least prepped. Just to not keep everyone hanging. Or offer the H2D upgrade or like I don't know, but yeah, it's a bigger print bed. It does print X and Z axis wise, X and Y, X and Z.
Something that annoys me about the bigger print bed is Bambu was the
X and Y.
ones who
Z is up and down.
standardized the cubed print volume.
Did they?
Yeah, everything was 250 by 250 by 250.
Yeah.
Why did they not standardize that on their new printers?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's like that
The
was such a
H2S
Bambu thing, and now they're just not doing it.
The H2S has a slightly larger print volume because it's got the single head on it, the single nozzle. And the other thing that they dropped, and it supports the laser module, the 10 watt max. It doesn't do the 40 watt, 20 watt.
Yeah, it only does the 10 watt now.
40 watt is the.
It
big
was
one?
40 watt was the bigger one.
Yeah.
Because I think the power supply is physically, or not physically, but it's just a smaller wattage, so it won't do it. I don't remember the specifics.
Which is crazy because it still pulls
a lot of wattage.
Yeah, it still pulls the same one, like the same amount, which is insane.
I didn't realize
all of it goes to the bed. The actual nozzles like barely pull anything.
The H in the H2D is
hot
nozzle or fuck hybrid.
H stands for
You
nozzle.
messed with me. Hybrid. It stands for hybrid. S is for single. Dual is for, or D is for dual. A
Dual is for these nuts. Yeah.
A is the entry level because A is the first letter of the alphabet.
Oh.
X is whatever and P is whatever.
X is for extreme.
Extreme sports. That's an old reference. Hopefully somebody gets that. Do you get that reference? Do you know that reference?
I think the H2S is worth it for the price. What's the price of the H2S?
The H2S is $1,200. $1,200? You don't think that's worth it, Josh?
Look at me, always looking to the future. H2C. $1,249?
Isn't that?
This is why I'm going to say it's worth it.
Isn't the H2C rumored already?
It is.
Okay.
Google? Not right now.
The X1C got discounted. I don't know if you saw that or not. Our coworkers, significant other, who got the A1 recently. I think I convinced them last night.
$1,369.
To return it. So the X1C right now is $1,369 with the combo. The H2S combo is $1,499
with
the AMS2
Pro, right?
Yeah. Whereas
the AMS2 Pro.
Whereas the X1C only had the AMS1. I need Bambu to come out with the update to make my A1 work with the AMS2.
So yeah, the X1C.
I need it.
I'm just looking at the X1C is $1,369. So for $140 more, you get the AMS2 Pro, the larger build volume, the option for a 10 watt laser, and the next thing that I wanted to bring up that was more important, Vortek. They dropped Vortek silently. Like that should.
Yeah, no one talked about it.
That should have been
at all
a huge highlight.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up while you're chatting.
Yeah, pull up their video, show it to them. Vortek is insane. That is what everyone really wanted. What was the thing that everyone wanted less of?
Poop.
Less poop.
Bambu Lab Vor.
The thing is, I think I paid even less for my X1C combo. I think they had a better sale for that. I only paid like 1,200 something. So that they have it even higher than it was before, and sure, tariffs and
Okay.
whatever else.
Thanks, Bambu Lab.
But for even if it was like an extra 250 at 1,500, like I would have paid the extra 250, and I would have figured something out with my electrical to get that to work. But the H2S is, I think, more in line with what more people were asking for.
Okay, this is the Vortek. I'm not gonna crop this, sorry. And I'm also not playing audio. Oh my god. So this is the Vortek that they teased and said it's coming out in Q4. I'm pretty sure it's Q4. Zero purge, zero filament waste, all multicolor. Can we skip to the good stuff, please? Oh my god. Well, this is getting bad.
Yeah, because of no audio, they were explaining exactly how
Yeah.
this works, like down to a dummy level.
Look at that. Oh, yo, 6 print heads.
That's what the V6 was.
The anchor make, yeah.
Yeah, and it failed.
Look at this.
Unfortunately.
Look at this guy figuring out how to Vortek the things. Look at him drawing the thing and definitely not being an actor. Look at him working real hard. What a guy. You know what?
And I think
This guy deserves a hug. You know, because he's
so
Vorteking this stuff.
confident. They showed it without a purge tower even.
Look at that! Look at that! That's so cool!
You know, they show it, and I'm sure I can break it down and rerun it as much as I want. I wanna see this slower and see how it works. Like, really how it works.
How funny would it be if it's just, like, stupid fast, and so all you hear from, like, the other fucking, like, if it was in here and you were in the kitchen right now, all you heard was just...
Yeah, it just sounds like a gun cocking.
just constantly. Alright, anyways, here we go.
Every single time it swaps a nozzle, it sounds like you're about to get shot. Yeah, Vortek is insane.
Seriously. See, it looks like it would just... And what makes me happy is that's a working... Whoa! Wait a second.
What's that?
Do you see what I see?
Do I see what you see? My quality's lower than yours.
That's fine, but do you see it?
What am I looking at?
I can't zoom in like I would like to. What printer is that, Yanni?
What printer is that?
Yeah, what printer is that?
I assume it's an H2D
What H2D is black?
or an H2S. You think it's black?
It's black.
I thought it's just in the shadows.
It definitely looks like just straight black to me.
I figured it was just in
Dylan's
the
got the
shadows.
right idea.
Because the back of this guy's
See,
shirt
no,
is pretty
look.
dark.
Because, well, the thing is, if it was silver, right here would be...
You
like,
think it'd
it
reflect
would be a
lot more?
lighter color, yeah. And you would also see the Bambu logo right
Because
there.
I feel like I see a little bit of gray on the right side.
I definitely don't. Unless it's my screen.
It might be, because I can even see the gray on there.
That looks like the white spool bouncing off the black.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, the
Let's
rumor
see, because look.
is that
Yeah, man.
you'll be able to
Yeah, that's definitely the white spool.
Anyways. Upgrade the H2D and the H2S to support this. And I think, is that done with the H2D?
It looks, well, that's the other thing,
It's
is
so
that's
hard
not
to
the
tell.
H2D printhead. I don't think.
Well, I think it's gonna need a new printhead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They said it's gonna be about an hour-long upgrade.
Really? Where did you see that at?
I'm pretty sure they spoke about it.
Oh, crap.
It's gonna be about an hour-long upgrade, and Yeah, I think this was the H2D. You can see how offset the
Well, yeah,
nozzle
I saw those two nozzles still. I just didn't know if this was a different variant of the H2D.
No, because
Anyways,
it's going to be. I imagine they're going to keep most of the mechanism the same on the right, and it'll probably just be like an add-in cartridge or something.
yeah. I need to add a fade in and fade out from when I'm switching between or turning that on and off.
The cool transition,
Yeah. Well, just a fade would be
right?
nice.
But the that Vortex system, that's right. They're gonna the H2D and the H2S will be able to be upgraded to that system.
Mm-hmm.
Again from rumors. And then I think what's not a rumor, somebody had, I guess, heard from somewhere on the inside that it's going to be about an hour upgrade.
Okay.
For unless they said it, they might have posted it that it'll be about an hour upgrade.
But when is my
But the
A1
one
going to be
thing
able
they
to do
haven't confirmed, unless they did confirm it, it's been so long now that I looked into this. I think they confirmed all of this, H2D, H2S, and they're going to have a printer already equipped with Vortek, and that's going to be the
That's
H2C.
got to be the C. Yeah.
I think I think that is all like unofficially confirmed.
But so how long till my A1 can do that?
So there's this whole thing called Voron, and I can
Tells me
guarantee
a
you
completely different printer.
it's much faster.
Well, so that's the thing.
In case you guys don't know, because I didn't know for the longest time. I don't know if you didn't know for the longest time, but I didn't know. There's a series of printers, and there's like a whole community. Voron. If you look that up, it's VORON. It's just super DIY.
100% open.
Build it how you want.
90% of it is 3D printed parts.
Build it and tune it to your heart's content because it seems like it's practically limitless. You can do multi-color prints at like Mach 6.
Yes.
It's insane how fast it runs. You can make it look like crap, or you can tune it to infinity and beyond and surround it in concrete and like make sure there's zero vibration and just have it print like phenomenally at like lightning speed. And they can have I think I've seen the most I've seen is like 20 print heads.
20?
It gets insane. Look at Voron multiple print heads. Some people have the most ridiculous setups.
Hold on, I'm doing 20 print heads specifically.
Do 20 print heads. I have seen ridiculous, like stacked print heads.
Images.
I've seen people easily do like 8.
Okay, 7.
That one's
No,
7.
that is 8.
That one's 8, yeah. And that's
0 to 7.
No, I think that's the same design I was thinking of. It's got the different channels.
Yeah.
And then it's got separate print heads. Because if you make the printer wide enough, you can just add more.
Yeah. Whenever you want.
It's totally the 20 is insane. But you can print anything with 20 different colors. And
But Josh, you can't tell me that 20 isn't enough.
when the extruder swaps in like, I think, what was it, like 7 or 8 seconds or something?
Yeah.
I think one person even had it down to a prime of 5 seconds. Like, it just parks, grabs the other one, and just goes. That is so crazy. But it doesn't sit very high in the charts because Voron is super DIY. But it's awesome. It's just so sick.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for Vortek. That was the underdog.
If anybody in chat knows, please help a man out. I need to know when Bambu is going to give me AMS2 access on my A1.
Not happening.
What do you mean not happening?
Not happening.
What do you mean not happening? It's literally on their website.
Too good to be true.
I'm gonna beat you.
Not happening.
AMS2 Pro A1.
Yeah, pretty sure I'll cover all my filament. Honestly, same.
Speaking of covering filament,
Have got way too many spools of filament.
how you printed those little discs
Yeah, the pucks.
for the
I was just about to talk about that.
for the
too.
bags?
Yeah.
You want to know what I didn't realize Ataraxia already fixed? So I forgot I had this.
You know they stopped doing that?
What?
I just threw all my Ataraxia stuff away.
What? Why?
Well, A, I lost my pump. and B, the pucks and the bags are better.
How are they better?
I don't know.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
What is this?
A
Oh, the humidity, yeah.
indicator.
I forgot about those.
That's yours now.
I have no use for that. That is cool.
I forgot I had these bags.
I got him that because the company's actually a great company. It's
Oh,
Braxton.
you got me these? I was wondering how I got them. I don't remember.
I might have gotten it.
But it screws on, right?
Yeah, it screws on.
And then it
It's got a
literally
rubber stop. I'll get that.
it literally has that, so it solves the problem that we were talking about.
And sometimes, very rarely, those might pop out. So if you have like a weird suction thing. Yep.
So many.
Well, they give you a ton of them, I think, to put in with the.
Yeah. Thank God Pet Gene came back.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we gotta finish the wall. We've literally been saying that for like half a year now. Finish the wall.
I printed something really cool. You'll probably end up seeing it tomorrow.
Okay.
But I got to test the Pet G from Sunlu is who I've been getting into recently.
Yeah.
Was it Sunlu? No, Polymaker.
You look like some
Polymaker is a really big one I think I've been getting into.
Polymaker's awesome. Apparently
Polylite Pet G.
Apparently Polymaker is like the same exact supplier that Bambu gets their stuff from.
The first layer of the Polylite Pet G that I put down last night was beautiful. It had like such an awesome sheen to it.
Yeah.
And it was so... That first layer was like so perfect. It was crazy. And it took up corner to corner of my bed. I printed something big overnight. And I'm going to print a slightly smaller version tonight when I get home.
Something big.
Don't worry about it. You'll find out tomorrow.
Look at that. It says Q3. It is Q3, Bambu.
Q3 for what?
A1.
Oh, yeah.
A1 Mini for the fucking AMS2.
I'm excited.
How are they going to make that work
and
not the AMS1? Like, that's probably what they're figuring out right now.
That place that I'm going to this weekend, just watch, you're going to have it.
That's fine. If they have it, cool, let me know. And then I'm just going to fucking get one. Like... Because AMS Lite is cool and everything.
I mean, specifically, they're going to have it working on the A1.
Oh, that's fine. That's okay, because that's all I need to know.
I'm going to send you a video.
That's the only thing I need to know.
But
That's
I'm not going to get it for you.
Fuck you.
Josh asked if we need any filament. I mean, I don't need any filament.
I don't need filament, yeah.
I've got a lot of black pet right now, I think. I won't have that much afterwards, but we'll work with it.
But
yeah, I'm going to use up all my support for PLA because I'm never going to use it, but I'm going to use that to use it as support for Pet G.
Right.
Instead, I don't know if it's going to let me. It should let me. I'll just force it.
But yeah, so this is.
So iPhone Air is a bad one.
Is a bad one. Well,
I didn't think it was so bad. It exceeded my expectations because they shoved the board. Because I don't know if Martin was here for the beginning part of it. The printed case is coming along pretty well, but the iPhone Air had moved all the board stuff to the top of the phone, and so it created a wider footprint for the battery. So the battery, the way they show it, is on par, better. It's better than the iPhone 14 Pro, which when I had my 14 Pro recently, it was my battery life was phenomenal. I had no issues with it. On top of the processor being more efficient, on top of them having, I think, just about around the same battery capacity, because it's a wider footprint. It actually exceeded my expectations, and it's also a pro device, just without the cameras, really.
Well, the cameras,
the battery life,
and the cooling.
And
that's one thing I'm very curious about, is if
I'm very interested in the cooling.
Needs the cooling and the Air doesn't. Why?
But the Air is also not the Pro phone. It's a Pro-esque phone.
That is fair.
But it is not the Pro phone. If you really, really, really need the horsepower to something like that, I think you would just be getting the Pro model.
Right.
I'm very curious about the cooling. You're right there. That's one thing I'm super curious about, outside of just the repairs. I want to see how all the connections and everything work in it. Like, that's the other thing you got to consider, right? The front camera's got to connect, the display's got to connect, the back glass has to connect for the wireless charging, the battery still has to connect to it. The cameras, unless they just switch to a bunch of pogo pins.
Yeah.
But there's no way they switch to pogo pins because it's not basic data.
Right.
Like, the only thing that uses pogo pins are the speakers because it's just noise.
Yeah.
There's not much data for the speakers. I don't know. I'm so excited for the end of next week.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see the arms race to getting that phone in hand and getting it taken apart. It's gonna awesome.
Happen before.
I do understand. They don't like the no SIM card. That's definitely aggravating.
Yeah.
In Europe, not even all the carriers have eSIM. I change devices because I like playing around in different ecosystems, and I started doing that before eSIM was a thing. And when they switched to eSIM, it was very frustrating because, like, on Verizon's network, it was such a pain. And then I went to a different carrier. They were also an extreme pain. And then I upgraded one of my sides. I think it was my Android side of things. And they didn't support the phone on eSIM. And it was only eSIM capable. And then I found my current carrier, which has been awesome because they created their own, not private, but it's their own standard that they leave open for anyone to use of eSIM, and their handling for eSIM and backend for it. And it works amazingly. It's such a beautiful switch every time. You just punch in the IMEI, hit transfer, get the confirmation email, and all your service and everything goes over in 1 minute. And I can do that 10 times a day if I want to. It's just like virtually swapping SIM cards. But I do 100% agree. They should have never have gotten rid of the SIM card.
Yeah.
I think that was ridiculous and very frustrating because it's just not necessary.
Yep.
It didn't take up that much space. They could have compromised somewhere for it. And I know that for a fact. They have been in other countries for the last several years as they've removed it from the States here.
Yes.
But I feel that. I definitely feel that. The SIM card thing's frustrating.
Yanni, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What projects are you working on?
We're 3D printing a case.
We are 3D printing a case. I have one more print to do, I think.
And
well,
when you say a case, it's not
have...
like a case. It's like a computer case.
No, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, I'm dumping it.
Yeah, how...
Yeah.
How dare you?
Everywhere.
We're
not saying which one it is, but...
I really don't know how I feel about the white.
And they don't know if we paid for plans or if we're designing it ourselves.
We made it ourselves.
It's
gonna be a case.
And I'm selling the plans online for $1,000.
But the case is the word case spelled out, and each letter is a component of the computer.
Yes.
We even ran CPU from the CPU's in its own letter, and the motherboard's in this letter, and it's just copper wires going to its pins.
We soldered every single pin.
Every single one.
And they're gold wires, actually.
And they'll either believe us or they won't. We'll figure it out.
There's gonna be a video on it.
Yes.
I guess
eventually.
I guess we can. Are we gonna talk about what we're doing now?
Oh yeah.
I feel bad if anyone was waiting for this.
First of all,
yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But first of all, next week we're going to release our first official YouTube video. This channel's been around for a long time, so there has been videos on the channel that I've now since deleted. There's also other meme videos that currently exist on the channel. Outside of those, it's just been these live stream VODs. You can thank Yanni for us getting canceled a few months ago.
Yep. Don't look up that video.
Don't look up that video. I don't know if I can. Make people know. I don't know if I made that private or not.
I'm not going to say how you can find it, but
it's I don't remember. Anyways, that one guy was cool. He really started to shit on us, and I was like, oh, hold on.
Now,
Just listen for
please
a
watch
second.
the video. Like, I wasn't that hell-bent on one end or the other.
He's lying. He actively said we should kill one
I'm gonna
side.
say it. I'm not saying it. I'm not starting that.
He actively said we should kill one side. Anyways, and when I say kill, I mean like the people in Minecraft.
Yeah.
In Minecraft. Anyways, this is now getting too far. Oh, hey, look at that. Are you able to fix that, or am I? You should be able to fix that. Can you fix that? Because I'm not signed into Twitch right now.
I know.
Hold on.
Twitch is so aggravating.
Sorry. You know, just to keep it going on.
I literally have show mod icons on.
Hello? Shield mode on.
Yeah, because Twitch sucks.
What is shield mode for?
I turned it on accident. I'm trying to
Unturn it on?
I turned it off on my shortcuts because I'm never turning that back on again, but
Turn off shield mode. There
did you get it? Thank you. I just can't find the settings. Twitch sucks. Twitch is so bad.
Just right click on this person's name. Oh, there we go. Where is ban?
I just deleted it.
Oh, and I banned them.
Okay, cool.
Well, I should have reported them. Oh well. Anyways, we just, you know, every time we stream, it's the Russians. Every time we
Oh
stream,
no.
I wonder why we stream to Switch. Because we only ever get one person, and that person's Joe, and Joe's wonderful. But then we get shit like this, and it's like, should I even try anymore?
I'm very thankful we get a cooler algorithm from YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube people are
Awesome.
super awesome. We had like an awesome night tonight for sure.
Absolutely.
Did not expect so many people to hop in here.
No, and I appreciate every single one of you. But anyways, we are releasing our first YouTube video, official YouTube video, next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I guess I'm not really spoiling anything. Essentially, this is a video that we should have released like a month ago now. Things at my job have been crazy, so I've been coming home every day tired as a dog.
And then I had jury duty through July, which was miserable.
Yeah, so...
And then we had vacation in August, which was stressful.
Yes, so...
Anything but
this
relaxing.
video was supposed to come out at the beginning of August. But essentially, we tested HTPLA for 30 days. It was HTPLA, HTPLA GF, normal PLA, PETG, ABS, and nylon are the 6 filaments that we tried. And I have them sitting right here. This is what our little test strips looked like. This is the one that was sitting in my car. I'm not going to get any closer than that. It's pretty alright.
Attach a rope to the camera, like...
Jesus. Just... So finally we're releasing that video. The cool thing is from that video we learned a lot of things. And that will inform our content decisions moving forward.
Yep.
I already have another video shot. I just need to do the voiceover, and now that I'm finally getting over my cold, I can start to do the voiceover for it. That video was basically how I broke my A1 and fixed it. Then we have, like we just talked about, the lessons that we learned from this test, we're going to apply to our next video, or one of our next videos, about essentially building a really cool 3D printed computer case that I found. I won't give any more information than that, I guess, because reasons. There's not really reasons. I'm just trying to build anticipation. But basically, long story short, we're really trying to make this more of a thing. We enjoy... Do you hear somebody talking?
No.
Okay.
I'm just hearing noises over here, to be honest. I don't know why. I just hear things moving over here.
Moving?
Yeah. You heard?
I hear something. It's
It
the
might.
voice.
It might just.
Stop it, Josh.
It's the voices again. Oh no! I'm not hearing voices. I'm hearing things. It just sounds like settling.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I just hear like a click and like something.
For some reason, out of my right ear, though, I'm like hearing, like, it sounds like someone's outside my window. Not outside my window, but like.
It's your printer. It's speaking to you.
No, it's probably the battery charging.
Is that what it is?
That battery makes a lot of weird noises when it charges. But yeah, so the idea is our new schedule for the show, instead of doing it weekly, because doing it weekly was draining us. We're gonna do it bi-weekly. So this week you'll have a show. Next week, if things go well, which in this case they are, you will have a video instead of a show. So essentially, for each video, or for each week that we don't do the show, you'll have a video. The idea is to do that every other week. So every other week there's a video, every other week there's a show. So that way there's constant content coming out every week in some way, shape, or form. The video portion of it, I don't want to be beholden to that plan. At least not yet, until we get into a better groove of doing things. Because along with some of this other content we're working on, there will be some content that comes with trials and tribulations. So that will be an interesting thing we have to work through, essentially. So there may be some weeks where, yes, there's also that, Josh, where it gives us more time to find topics, but it also gives us more time to do things like cut up this live stream and make it into a YouTube short. Oh, bug came out of nowhere.
Like a little tiny moth. He was making all that noise, moving all that stuff in there.
Could have been. But you know, like, we could turn these live streams into YouTube shorts finally. And have just more time to breathe.
Yeah.
Essentially. And while it's not necessarily a stressful job doing this, it is, you know, we do enjoy our sanity.
Yes.
So,
and I think every week was we're just kind of running low on topics, and we're starting to kind of shotgun these a little bit more.
yeah, and so this way we can like build up topics over 2 weeks instead of 1 week, and
the videos
make them even better for you.
Keep our mind moving back and forth, not
Yes.
so much, and especially with the 2 weeks, I think we can get like slightly higher quality podcasts because we'll be more engaged to have that 1 week break, and we can use that time to even brainstorm in between for the following week and things
Right.
like that. And we can look into more like events coming up and just kind of learn a few more things.
Yep.
I guess that's the big thing, is just trying to learn things out of it.
Yes. Because instead of just shotgunning things, so to put it straight and just, you know, last say on things, every other week you'll be for sure getting a podcast show. And then outside of that, every other week, there should be a YouTube video that goes out. If not, that means we're either working on it, or we got busy, or we're brainstorming, or we're just taking a week off. So, but long story short, the goal is to make it every Tuesday you'll have something new to watch. Just one may be long form and one may be at your leisure. So that's the goal. Yeah. I feel like that explained it pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else really coming up. Dbrand.
damn.
Man, I almost
How do we
forgot.
skip that? Oh,
I cannot believe I almost forgot.
Josh, I hope you know this.
Dbrand is coming to Best Buy, and they have released a video on YouTube. And let me go on here and look up Dbrand real quick. Not losing
While
that.
Yanni's doing that, little Froge Man has been sitting here since the beginning of the show. This will his fate will be revealed, or you will see the story of his fate in next week's YouTube
It's
video.
actually insane. That thing is practically indestructible right now.
Yes, he's actually like there's a reason he's just Frog God King right now.
Right now, Dbrand. They posted a
Best Buy
video
corporate
one day
training
ago.
video.
They call it the Best Buy corporate training video. Something about their training system and all that, and it's just explaining that Dbrand is officially coming to Best Buy and it's rolling out along with the iPhone.
Loki shots fired.
Um,
The idiot-proof installer.
on the 19th. If you go on BestBuy.com and you type in Dbrand, you're actually able to see all of their products, including for the upcoming phones now. And I already got my order in because going through Best Buy is significantly easier than going through Dbrand directly. Not like it's difficult to go through Dbrand, but the shipping time from Canada and then the import fees and the shipping fees and all that stuff, everything has kind of gone up. So it's way more convenient to get it through Best Buy now, which is sick. They're talking about even having like a pad in Best Buy, so you can just go to a Dbrand designated little spot and pick that up. And all the shipping times, by the way, at least on the East Coast here through Best Buy, shipping and pickup times are even before the phone comes out. So product is already filled up, I assume, through like their warehouses. So Dbrand's ready to roll. This has been a thing that's been in the works for the longest time. And we even got an email about it a few months back where Dbrand was like, hey, we need you to take the survey really quick, like right now, because we're talking to someone important. And we clicked on it, and it asked you a few questions to the survey that just, it didn't make any sense in Dbrand's fashion. Just to lead up to the last question that was there, and it's like something along the terms of, we may or may not be talking to somebody important in Best Buy HQ right now. What do you have to say to, like, the corporate person they were talking to? And I just put in there, I was like, please just do it.
Please just do it.
It was like, it's just a no-brainer. I can't imagine what people put in there. But it's freaking awesome. I'm just so excited for it. What do you think about the no anti-reflective display? I was seeing that in a few videos. The no anti.
Oh, are you talking about the no nano etch display? That doesn't matter to me. It
for the iPhone?
Yeah, it had to have been.
That would have been sick, but I feel like
nano etch displays does not work.
Well, I'll put it this way: it exceeded my expectations. I have seen them come in where I work at, and it is impressive. I've seen it like be really tattered down, and the quality of it holds up extremely well.
Because the etching is on the bottom side. Do you know that?
Is it really?
I think so.
I have no idea.
Outside of it is still smooth.
I have no idea. I just know it exceeded my expectations when I saw this thing like beat the crap, but that screen was still like perfectly fine. It's impressive.
Very.
I can't see it in a phone because people are very stubborn. And they'll just not have a screen protector on their phone, which I think is the most ridiculous thing. It's fine if you don't want a screen protector. I think it's ridiculous when they don't have a screen protector and then they come in and they want the screen replaced because it's scratched. What?
It's not cosmetic. Or it's cosmetic. It's just cosmetic.
I just don't get it. I'm like trying to find an analogy for it, but like that's just stupid. Like,
it's like
they get so mad that it's scratched and that you won't replace it under Apple's warranty because it's not a defect.
Imagining the fact that the screen is still
Not the
reflecting
display
in bright conditions, and Apple said the newer models has an.
Oh, the best person or the best company that handles that is Samsung. Their anti-reflective thing is insane.
I didn't know that.
That coating comes off and it looks fugly when it comes off.
Yes.
It's a phenomenal coating. It looks amazing. And honestly, some screen shields are so thick. I feel like they could implement that layer in between. I could be entirely wrong, but I feel like there's some way they could implement that on the screen shields.
Right.
And just charge a little bit more if it's possible. But the default stock screen, I agree, it is a little bit glaring. But working with so many phones, I guess, a day, and on top of the 3000 nit peak brightness, it kind of like outdoes the glare unless you're under some extreme lighting conditions.
Right.
Like you've got to be in some absurd lighting conditions for it to be a real big problem. Yeah, no case phone is totally fine. You know, they build them with feel in mind, and they feel great without a case.
I really do.
I'm just mad OCD. I like my phones pristine as much as possible.
I'm
I don't
very-
do a lens cover or anything like that. I don't care that much, but like
I am very tempted to see,
cases range.
because like with the orange on the Pro,
I got my
I
Ghost
might
case,
have to
and
do
none of these
caseless.
stickers are coming over.
none of them are coming over.
No, I'm running no stickers, except maybe something under that, but that's it. I'm showing that orange off. I can't wait to see it in person. I'm pumped.
Well, and speaking of showing things off, I think it's time to show ourselves to bed.
Yeah. For sure. It's late.
Yeah,
He's got to get up earlier than me. I got to get up early.
I gotta be up at 5.
Um,
But yeah, maybe we'll look. Yes, probably.
oh yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But thank you everybody for stopping out. This has been a wild show.
Yeah. Especially we haven't been on for almost over a month. I
Yeah.
think, right? And to come back to so many awesome people.
Yeah, I mean
tuning
this
in.
is amazing.
It's
I
been
mean,
super
that's
interactive. We
crazy.
really appreciate it.
That's insane.
That's a ton of fun. Yeah.
The chat rate was 1 per minute or something like that.
That's excellent. That's so much fun.
So yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out.
Yeah. Thanks for
Like I
coming
said, new schedule, at least the plan for the new schedule is no show next week, but the week after, look out for us again. But next week, also look out for a new video. So that's the goal. That's the plan. See you guys later. Have a good day. Be nice. Josh, I'm going to beat you up later for dissing my orange iPhone.
Be seeing Josh Thursday or Friday, or we decide to pop in.
Josh, you'll be seeing these hands Thursday.
Oh no.
Oh man. Anyways, I will not actually beat you up, Josh. I like you too much. You're cool.
Wherever you guys are, have a great day. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.
I want to see how many like goodbyes we can give before I decide to hit stop.
Oh no.
Um,
I need a sign that says "Say goodbye now."
say goodbye now.